What's up you guys and welcome back. I'm FPL Nymphrya and with blank game week 31 fast approaching, I thought I'd bring you a video of some of the sought after players for the blank and show you the sort of team I'd be looking at if I was free hitting ahead of game week 31. So let's start with our keeper. You could consider Baruch for this place. At just 4 mil, he will allow funds further forward. 13 points in the last 4 game weeks and Bournemouth are facing Newcastle in 31 who have had mixed results away from home. Word of caution here though, Bournemouth's clean sheets are few and far between. If you want more chance of those, you'll want to focus your investment in 6 mil Allison or 4.9 Pickford. So both of these teams have defenders worth considering to cover those clean sheets. So Baruch could be worth it just for the funds alone. Let's take a look at the defence, and Liverpool is where it's at. The big question here is whether to go double Liverpool attack or double Liverpool defence. They can be much the same when 5.5 mil Trent and 6.9 mil Robertson are in an attacking mood. But as I have 2 Liverpool attackers, and this is what my template would look like if I was to free hit in 31, I'll stick with that setup. So that means 1 Liverpool defender. Trent went off with a shoulder injury, but news seems to be promising at the moment. I'd wait this out till later in the week, until we have more news. So with that, I'd probably place Robertson in this spot, knowing that I'd have the funds for Trent should I fancy the punt. Next up is a Chelsea defender. Chelsea are 3rd for clean sheets this season behind Liverpool in 1st and Man City in 2nd. 6.3 Azpilicueta has been doing better attackingly recently. I have him myself. I was too late for those attacking returns though, but 5.9 mil Louise will do the job happily for less money. Chelsea face Everton away in 31 and will need to play better defensively than they did at home against Wolves, but given the other defensive choices, they're one of the better teams to hang your hat on in hope. Lastly, I think if you're not going to go double pool defence, your 3rd defensive option can go anywhere you fancy. I'd either take a punt on 5.2 mil Digne or 5.4 mil Pereira for attacking returns, or maybe even a West Ham defender like 4.6 mil Rice, because Huddersfield are at the bottom of the table for goals scored this season on 15. Cardiff are next on that list, but even they have managed 27 goals. So it could be a good shout for Declan Rice to take on Huddersfield in game week 31. So let's move on to the midfield. As explained earlier, I double on Liverpool attack in 31 just because that's been my tactic so far. Also, the midfield options are, well, only okay and are definitely hit and miss. Salah at 13.4 mil and Mane at 9.9 mil have a total of 33 goals and 11 assists this season between them. Fulham are on a horrendous run at the moment and have conceded 68 goals this season. And with Liverpool tasting the title, it's a fair place to edge your attacking threat. Next in line is a player that likes to troll us all, and that's 10.9 mil Hazard. Despite this, Hazard is still the 3rd best point scoring attacker in the FPL game with 182 points. His form dipped a bit a few weeks ago, but it looks as though he might be finding it again with a goal and an assist in the last 2 game weeks. My last midfielder spot is much like my defence would be a punt. 6 million Almiron, 6.7 mil Maddison, 6.3 mil Pedro, or maybe even 6 mil Talisman could all be worth a shout in this spot. However, if I could, I think I'd get 6.2 million Fraser. Fraser loves it when Wilson is back, and his goal and assist can attest to this last game week. He looks refreshed and in front of his home crowd, and despite Newcastle being better defensively of late, there's no reason to think he can't nick some attacking returns in game week 31. Talking of attacking returns, let's take a look at our forward line. Now I have 9.6 mil Higuain in already, and despite all my trepidation, I'd probably still line him up in a free hit if I was using it. Why? Well, because I think you're in a luckier position than me. You can feel better forwards alongside him, meaning if he doesn't do great, you haven't lost very much. I mean, you could consider 9.2 Firmino here, but then you'll need to take a punt on one of the other midfielders for Mane or Salah that I mentioned earlier, as you'll be all out on Liverpool places and not be able to fit him in. Alongside Higgy though is where the excitement lies. If I could, I'd have Wilson at 6.4 mil and 9 mil Vardy as his backup. Vardy's consistency of late has been unreal. 5 5 goals and 1 assist in the last 5 games. Burnley can be a tricky team to break down, but Spurs and Newcastle managed it, so I could easily see Vardy doing the same. And lastly, Wilson is back and straight back in the goals. A goal and assist last game week and looking good. I've been on the right and wrong side of Wilson this season, but you don't argue with form. I'd welcome him back with open arms in a free hit team, definitely. Lastly, I'd keep my bench simple. You could grab yourself a nothing keeper, then keep it cheap with maybe a Burnley midfielder like 4.4 mil McNeil or 4.4 Hayden of Newcastle. Same for the defence really, focusing on cheaper teams like West Ham, Newcastle and Burnley. And that's it you guys, I hope this video helped. Please support me by liking and subscribing. As always, feel free to check out my sponsors fantasyfootballfix.com. Until next time, Nymphria out.